It is Monday Night Madness in the Coast2Coast Racing League, brought to you by Cool Ray. As Cool Ray, the Slide Job Racing Network and the Coast2Coast Racing Network welcomes you to Monday Night Madness. It's the Outlaws, the 360 Sprint Cars. We begin things off tonight with the Raiders division, presented by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. Welcome to the pre-race show at the virtual Volusia Speedway Park here in Barberville, Florida, for tonight's live coverage of the Coast2Coast Racing League Outlaws. Tonight's races are just 3 of 16 Coast2Coast Racing League divisions that compete during the week, and we're happy you've joined us for tonight's program. Good evening, race fans. I am Marty Sakala. We are glad you could join us for live coverage. Qualifying getting underway here. And we will show you what's going on in qualifying throughout this session. Starting things off here, you see Luke Gazarek in the 419. Now Greg Palmer-Lee in the number 4. Wait to see who kicks off the scoring first. And I think at the line, lap 1 in the books for Palmer-Lee. And is 7th quickest, because Zarek is the quickest right now of the bunch at a 13.74. Brandon Templeton has improved by 1/1000th of a second. Nick King now to the top of the 13.62. And it's Chris Schaefer with the quick time of a 13.58. Rory Collins in the number 62 now. You see him on the screen as Schaefer has gone to the top. 13.58. Nathan Hall possibly with a chance to try and beat a 13.575. Let's see if he can. 13.624 is the quickest. So we now watch Bob Curtis in the number 012 machine. Daniel Blow's now gone 6th quickest in the number 17. 13.71. Blow cannot improve, 0.03 of a second slower. Rich Holland wrapping up his lap time and goes to 13th quick with a 13.8. Nicholas Schell working through turns 3 and 4 here at Volusia County, and improves to 7th quick with a 13.712. And that looks like all the drivers we have that are qualifying in the Coast2Coast Racing League Raiders division. Take a look at the standings coming on in. The standings brought to you by iRacing League Manager. If you run or manage an iRacing League, let iRacing League Manager make it easier for you. Go to iRacingLeagueManager.com for more information. We've got Gabe Blow now on the track in the number 721, who has gone 7th quickest with a 13.71. We've got 2 Blows in here, or Blows, I believe. And Gabe goes 7th quickest, as now we wait for Andy Pierce field. Currently improves to 17th quick with a 13.857. Here are how the Raiders standings look. Jamie McCarron, your week 1 winner, leads the points with 158, up by 16 over Daniel Blau. Brandon Dittmer 3rd in points with 133. Rory Collins is 4th with 130. Luke Gazarek rounds out the top 5 with 101. As we get ready to go here, there you see your starting lineup. Qualifying was brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. Heat race number 1 brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. The Empire Super Sprints, celebrating over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern United States and Canada. Stars like Polly Cola Giovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Habing, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Imogen, and many more come to a dirt track near you. For more information, please log on to EmpireSuperSprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, with a tradition of excitement guaranteed, lives on. And there you see your qualifying. We're going to get this updated here for you. that is how they line up. Keep in mind, we invert the top 4 to start the night off. It's Gary Taylor in the Can-Am Racing team on the pole, Brandon Templeton next to him. Row number 2, Brad Wright and Chris Schaefer. Row 3, Andy Piercefield and Bob Light. And rounding out the field, Bob Curtis and Roger Craig. The Empire Super Sprints, by the way, concluding CNY Speed Week last night at Weed Sports Speedway. Great racing overall. Only one caution was needed, and it was Chuck Haben, the Cobra, holding off Paulie Colagiovanni to take home the race win. And it looks like we are just about ready to grid and roll things off. Keep in mind, when it comes to qualifying, by the way, some drivers could not qualify due to penalties. We won't go into further details on them, but what we can tell you, new rule effective immediately. Anyone receiving a heat EOL will not be allowed to qualify. This will simplify the admin's job, especially with chat being disabled. By not qualifying, drivers will automatically start from the back. That is per the main man in charge of the Coast to Coast Racing League, Roger Craig. So here we go. Heat number 1 about to go down tonight, brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. 1 pace lap left. Let's take a look at Volusia Speedway Park and give you the lay of the land. Half-mile D-shaped oval in Barberville, Florida. Can seat 9,000. The fastest dirt track half-mile in the world. 10 degrees bankings in the turn, 7 degrees in the straights. And are known for the Dirt Car Nationals that bring home the big gator every February. Top 4 transferred to the feature from each race. Taylor and Templeton, the front row, 8 laps, the distance for all the heats tonight for Monday Night Madness. The pace truck is in. Here we go. Action is about to go down in the Coast to Coast Racing League Monday Night Madness, and it's already getting mad, as I think that was Chris Schaefer that spun already in the 023, and we've got pretty much a mess for you. Side by side for position number 4, final spot, Bob Light and Brandon Templeton, the 2-2-3 versus 7-7. Templeton with the advantage on the inside line on a completely clean track for right now, but it will get dirty and rubbered up as the night goes on for all the races. Gary Taylor right now your race leader in the number 34. Brad Wright is second. Andy Piercefield is third. And Templeton rounds out the top 4. We continue to watch the battle on who's the last one out. Ooh, a slow car, by the way, on the track. I believe that was that Schaefer, was that Piercefield? Piercefield is off the pace in the 175. Not sure what has happened to him, but he's towing that thing to pit lane. May have messed the setup up on that race car, but that now helps Bob Light currently have the 4th and final spot in. Piercefield has jumped to the pits. 2 laps to go in heat race number 1, and it's Gary Taylor who continues to lead the way in the number 34 Galen's machine. Brad Wright currently in 2nd spot. Keep in mind, in the Raiders division, you have to make sure once we get a couple of weeks in, you have to have an IL under 0.25. So the final lap underway for heat race number 1, and it's Gary Taylor that takes the win. Wright 2nd, Templeton 3rd, Light 4th. They will transfer on in to the A main for tonight. Heat race number 2 brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. They aim to bring the sim racing community a one-of-a-kind fixed chassis experience like no other. while exemplifying extraordinary customer service to its patrons. Imagine having a sim racing chassis built specifically for you, a custom chassis engineered to accommodate you and your needs while replicating the look, feel, and design of a real race car. Check them out online at www.iconsimsports.com. And here is how they will line up for heat race number 2. It's John Rayner and Luke Gazarek on row 1. Daniel Blau and Nathan Hall, row 2. Brandon Dittmer, Adam Scalia in row 3. And Jamie McCarran and Mike Shaughnessy round out the field of 8. Again, we invert the top 4 in each heat race. Big story here, Jamie McCarran starting from the 8th position. And for those wondering, no, folks, that is not a handicap. Excuse me, that's actually the 7th position. One of the best last week at the Fairbury American Legion Speedway. Came home in 2nd in a great race, losing out to Dan McLaren. 1 to go until we get the green flag. Real quick, take this opportunity. Welcome all the 16 of you currently watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Let us know who's watching, where you're from, and who you are rooting for tonight. Again, 8 laps. We take the top 4, and they will transfer directly over to the A main. And that's how they line up. Rayner gets ready to fire him off. Here we go. Side by side in turns 1 and 2. It's Gazarek with the advantage over Rayner Jr. Side by side for 3rd. Blow gets it. And look at Jamie McCarran power his way up to 4th position. Takes the final spot away. So we got somebody blinking, I think. And I think that's John Rayner. And he is blinking big time, as you can see on your screen. It's Gazarek, Blau, McCarran, and Dittmer. And he's in a battle for the 4th and final transfer spot with Nathan Hall. Hall takes a look up to the cushion, looking to take that final spot away. Is the advantage upstairs? No, they barely make contact. Oh, that got close. Now we go side by side for 2nd. McCarran has a run underneath on Daniel Blau in the number 17. Blau gets it with the advantage on the exit, but low line is where you want to be, shortest way around the world's fastest half-mile dirt track. Gazarek continues to pull away, 3 laps to go in heat race number 2. McCarran trying to diamond the corner. Dittmer still with the final transfer spot. Nathan Hall's got to run underneath, sends it in deep, looking to transfer directly onto the A main. Doesn't work. 2 laps left. I'm going to turn down the volume here just a little bit, make sure we sound good. McCarran, by the way, takes away 2nd spot over Blau. Looks for the crossover underneath. And it does not work. McCarran pulls away from Daniel Blau, but off of turn number 4. Give it to Luke Gazarek, who takes home heat number 2 tonight. Final spot, last lap pass, Nathan Hall. Something happened with Brandon Dittmer, and we're going to look at the Malcolm's Mills mill riding real quick and see what happened. There was some contact, and Dittmer, up on his side he goes and gets a big hit up into the fence. Scary ride for Brandon Dittmer. So heat race number 2 is in the books. And we're having a technical difficulty right now. Heat race number 3 brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modified premier drivers. From Florida to Canada, the Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. The ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast. It's the big block modified Super Dirt Car Series, and they are back in action tomorrow night at Ransomville Speedway for the Summer Nationals. The series' first trip to the Big R since 2018, 3 years ago. It was Stuart Friesen taking home the win, leading all 100 laps. Got rained out in 2019. Then 2020, COVID-19 shocked the world, and we know where it went from there. You can watch it on dirtvision.com, and I definitely recommend you get the Fast Pass. Again, we invert the top 4 on the front row. It's Rich Holland and the man that's in charge of Dirt Car Northeast in the Super Dirt Car Series, Dean Reynolds. Row 2, Gabe Blau and Nick King. The third row is Steve Maurer and Jeffrey Kemper. And rounding out the field is Preston Cranmer. So as the field rolls off, I was talking with Dean, by the way, at Weed Sport last night. We had a really funny conversation. I go up to him the first time and I say, I got a bone to pick with you. What the heck happened to you last week at Fairbury? And funny, it was a pretty funny conversation we had, and about how what happened to him under the yellow flag. But he says, though, he's got a good setup for Volusia, and he's been doing a lot of practice. So we will see what happens with the man they call Dino, man in charge of Empire Super Sprints and the Super Dirt Car Series. So heat race number 3, again, we take the top 4 in this 8-lap heat. The rest will go to the B main. And hearing a little contact already as the pace truck rolls into pit road, and we're back to green. Good start for Rich Holland as Reynolds takes a look to the outside. Now he goes inside as Holland scraped the wall in turns 3 and 4. Looking for the crossover side by side. Dino takes lap 1. Holland fighting back though. Where in the world did the 116 go for a split second? There he is. Still a no shot. We got contact all over the place for a transfer spot. Gabe Blau, and that was Nick King that got sideways in the 43. But it's Reynolds, Rich Holland, Steve Maurer, and Gabe Blau, your top 4. First one out is Jeffrey Kemper, about a 1.1 second differential in the bubble. And that's 7:21, trying to look inside on Maurer, possibly for third position. Take you on board with Gabe. It's a very fast track at Volusia Speedway in the Raiders division tonight. Running the cushion right now, the number 721. Three laps to go in heat number 3, and again, it's Dean Reynolds that leads them. Again, like I said about Dino, not the race he wanted. Had a top 5 car last week. Came home in the 24th position. And was definitely not the race he wanted. Rich Holland in what I believe is his first C Division race of the season. Trying to close in on Dean for the heat win. Off of turn 4 for the final time. Dino takes heat number 3. Rich Holland, Steve Maurer, and Gabe Blau will get the top 4 and transfer on to the A main. So we've got another heat race number 4, brought to you by the good friends at Gambler Motorsports, an esports racing team that competes weekly across the iRacing platform. The team has drivers entered in several dirt races, sports cars, asphalt, oval, and they even compete in endurance races. This year they will have drivers in the prestigious 24 Hours of Daytona and Le Mans. Go to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and follow them. This is how they line up for heat race number 3. Greg Parmalee on the front row with Rory Collins. Nicholas Zhao and Ryan Pendleton in row number 2. Steven Bixler, David Tormasci in row 3. Doug Lester rounds out the field of 7 for this heat. So 2 pace laps around Volusia while we wait to get ready to go green. Let's take a look at what happened last week. Your winners, Stephen Goldner in the Renegades A Division, Brennan Lacey in the Rebels B Division, and in the C Division was Dan McLaren. Points leaders for all three is Goldner, Lane Snook, and Jamie McCarran. Your points leaders in other series in the modifieds, John Hine in the Hometown Heroes, the 305s and the 410s, Lane Snook in the 360s. It is, I believe, Brandon Schultz. Late models is Steven Spies. Trucks, Brady Floyd. In fixed 360s, Lane Snook. In the Road Runners, Bob Light. In, as well, the Retrackers, G.J. Boydell. In Skip V's, Bob DeGood. And in Cup Series, Andrew Smith. Heat 4 is underway. Parmalee with the advantage early. We are nearly going 3 wide off of turn number 2, but it's a side-by-side dash between Collins and Pendleton. Collins the advantage, back on the gas first on the outside, takes away second spot for the 4th and final transfer spot. That's Bixler on the outside and Nicholas Schell down on the bottom. Bixler takes away P4, and for the race lead, Rory Collins thinks about looking underneath on Greg Parmalee. Nothing works there. Bixler thought about looking for third, tried to pull a huge slider, does not work. Schell trying to take advantage on the outside for P4. Track starting to rubber in just a little bit, not a lot early on here in the heats, as we have 3 laps in the books. Schell inside, while Bixler way upstairs, where there really hasn't been a lot of traction yet going over the cushion, but Bixler still has 4th, and Doug Lester takes 5th spot away. Greg Parmalee continues to lead over Rory Collins. About 2 car lengths is the difference. And Collins all over the rear end with 3 to go. Cushion where you want to be, side by side for third. Here's Bixler inside on Pendleton. They nearly come to blows. Here comes Lester, thinking about looking outside. 3 cars battling for third. 2 of them will transfer. The other one gets extra time in the B main. And Lester now takes a look underneath. Can he get something going on the apex? Does not work. White flag. We're on the final lap. Battle for the win as well in this heat. Collins inside on Parmalee. Does not work. And I think Parmalee's going to cruise to a win in this heat. Yes, he does. Doug Lester sends it in. Final time. Turn 4 does it not work. Pendleton and Bixler take the final spots into the A main. Oh, you gotta love that one. The B main brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. SBGC has been involved in 3D printing since 2016. They are committed to making this cutting-edge technology accessible for anyone who has an idea that needs to be manufactured. Using a 3D CAD program, they'll work with you to create your invention or creative project. Specializing in small business production, oil and gas prototypes, and props for cosplay, they've done wall-hanging racetracks, gears, hydraulic pump parts, ladle holders, fishing pole and gun wall mounts, chamber chillers, soap dishes, predator light mounts, cosplay props that are not real, Spider-Man and Mandalorian helmets, and vases to give you a few ideas of what they have printed. So let's take a look real quick through the iRacing platform. We are taking 8 into the feature, as Preston Cranmer just given some final go downs here as we get ready to go. So we're taking 8, 12 drivers are in, and here's how we'll line things up. Chris Schaefer and Adam Scalia on the front row. Row number 2, Jeffrey Kemper and Doug Lester. Row 3, Bob Curtis, Mike Shonesi. Row 4, Nick King, Nicholas Schell. Rounding out the top 10, Andy Piercefield and Brandon Dittmer. Row 6 is it's David Tormasci and John Rayner. And Rayner will not take the green end. You can see, by the way, the track and how much it has rubbered up. Everyone's going to be going to where that moisture is, and I think right now that high side is the place where you want to be. 10 laps the distance. We are taking 8 as we get ready to go. Third week for Monday Night Madness this season, and it's Adam Scalia and Chris Schaefer on the front row for the B-Main. Pace truck pulls into pit road. Who's making it in and who goes home? We're about to find out as we go green. Great start for Chris Schaefer, but goes way up the track. Could open the door for Doug Lester in the 044, who's up 2 spots from the start. Oh, got way loose in the rubber in 3 and 4, and is side by side with Scalia for second spot. Lester tries to pull the slide job on Scalia, but it seems to work into fruition barely and takes away P2. Meanwhile, for 8th, final transfer spot goes to Andy Piercefield. First one out is Mike Shonesi. We had a crash that occurred earlier, and it was Bob Curtis in the 012. Schaefer leads, Lester second, Scalia third, fourth Jeffrey Kemper. Brandon Dittmer is fifth, trying to rebound after his heat crash. Nicholas Schell is sixth, Nick King seventh, Andy Piercefield currently in 8th. Let's see what we can show you here from Nick King's perspective as they're 3 wide in front of him. This is getting really good, folks. On the outside, Brandon Dittmer up to 5th position from the 10th spot. King, Schell, wing to wing for P6 on track. And King gets the advantage, and this is a close battle for 4th. Got to be very careful as obviously those drivers are all in. Go back. Battle for 8th starting to heat up here between Piercefield and Tormasci. One goes in, the other goes home with 4 to go, coming to 3 this time in the B-Main. Change for 5th as King was able to lead the lap over Kemper. Back over, continuing to watch. From the rear end of Piercefield as Tormasci all over. Does he try to look outside? Yes, he does. Piercefield shuts the door. 2 to go in the stage. Final lap underway and a change for 4th. Nick King takes it away from Dittmer. We'll continue to watch that closely. Meanwhile, Chris Schaefer half a lap away from winning. And off of turn 4, it is Chris Schaefer that takes it away. Meanwhile, for the final spot, Tormasci tries to send it in. Piercefield shuts the door, and Andy Piercefield gets the final transfer spot. Into the A-Main he goes. Everyone above him, they transfer on in. Tormasci, Shonesi, Curtis, and Rayner all go home. Shonesi and Tormasci attempted one race earlier this season. Shonesi made it in last week. Tormasci did not. So it's unfortunate. So we go into a 5-minute warm-up. We're going to step aside and take our first break of the night. When we come back, it's the first feature of the night.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
GeForce TV delivers the excitement of short track racing to places it has never seen before. With dynamic production elements and state-of-the-art technology, GeForce TV proves what the racing community already knew. Race fans are plentiful and they are hungry for excitement. Last year, GeForce TV streamed over 250,000 hours of intense racing action for fans all around the world. Nearly 750,000 fans viewed our streams and on-demand videos. By the end of the racing season, our subscriptions rose more than 400%. What does all this mean for you and your business? Motorsports marketing in Canada has never produced such amazing and measurable results. Cashing in on the benefit of motorsports marketing is easier than it's ever been. Work with a team, work with a speedway, work with a series, or join the excitement directly with us at GeForce TV. We are excited to see you all back at the races. But until then, see it all on GeForce TV. Subscribe today for free at GeForceTV.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the virtual Volusia Speedway Park, as it is now time for the first feature of the night for the 360 Raiders. On the front row, it is Gary Taylor and Luke Gazarick. Row number 2, it's Dean Reynolds and Greg Parmalee. Row 3, Brad Wright and Jamie McCarran. Row number 4, it's Rich Holland and Rory Collins. Rounding out the top 10, it's Brandon Templeton and Daniel Blau. Row 6, Steve Maurer and Ryan Pendleton. Row 7, Bob Light and Nathan Hall. Row 8, Gabe Blau and Steven Bixler. Row 9, Chris Schaefer and Doug Lester. The 10th row, Adam Scalia and Nick King. Row number 11, Brandon Dittmer and Nicholas Schell. And rounding out the field of 24 for the Raiders tonight, Jeffrey Kemper and Andy Piercefield. So here's how the first feature will go down tonight. 20 laps for the Raiders. Caution laps do not count, only the green flag laps. Last week's results, it was Dan McLaren with the win. Jamie McCarran, who's racing tonight, who starts in 4th, finished 2nd. Rory Collins, who starts 7th, finished 3rd. Daniel Blau, who finished 4th, starts in 9th. Brandon Dittmer, who finished 5th last week, starts from the tail end. That's how your top 5 went down. 1 lap to go until we get the green for the first time tonight for a feature. To all of our 20 drivers, or our 20 viewers, I should say, watching on YouTube, who do you like tonight? Let us know who you're picking to win and who you are rooting for. It's the first feature of the night for Monday Night Madness at Volusia Speedway Park. Pace truck pulls on into pit road. Here we go. The first race is green. Down the back straightaway for the first time, it's Gary Taylor, Luke Gazarick, Dean Reynolds in a cluster for 4th. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. This is getting very tight, and we got one around. Into the inside wall, and one of them upside down. That's Brad Wright. Adam, we got a junkyard. Cluster. Big junk around Volusia. That would be a red flag if this was in real life. And the best shower of what went down, it's going to be the Malcolm Mill riding replay. Take a look at this in slow motion. As that was just a mess. That was Brad Wright, I think it was, that got sideways, and then they all just junked them up. Someone went upside down. I want to say that was... That's like 10 drivers involved. Holy moly. I don't know if I've ever seen a wreck like that in my life. That's for sure. Too many to count as we are currently resetting the field. I can tell you this. We know Brad was involved. Nick King, Doug, I think I saw Rich Holland in it too. Gary Taylor, Bob Light, Gabe Blau, Doug Lester, a lot of drivers in the pits. Adam Scalia, I think, got a piece of it too. A quarter of the field involved. But we did make it through one lap, I believe, before the first yellow came out. So I want to say that is the case. So we did complete a lap. Won't be a complete restart. And apparently we had something happen. Okay, because I like Dino a lot, I just want to see what happened unless we're going green this time. We are not, but apparently Dean Reynolds has fallen back and into pit lane. So we reset the field and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Gazaric, McCarran, Parma Lee, Templeton, and Rory Collins. That's your top 5 as we go back. Gazaric got the right to fire first and immediately goes top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. McCarran looking underneath. 2 of the best drivers in the Raiders battling for the race lead early. He's got to run inside. Can he try and take the lead away? No, he cannot. We got drivers actually exiting pit road. That could be a big hazard there if something happens. But McCarran's got to run around the short end of the racetrack. And McCarran, I think, could clear Gazaric at the stripe. And it was Jamie McCarran at the line. So you've got a new leader as McCarran puts a slider on Gazaric. Yellow is out. And we had Brad Wright in the 270 crash again. The Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding onboard will tell us what happened. On the outside in turns 1 and 2, a whole wad of drivers. And did someone come up into him? Yes, he did. And is that who I think it is? Yep, it was Dean Reynolds. Inside wall, the front wing is gone, and up on his side he goes. So luckily, Jamie McCarran just edging out Luke Gazaric at the line before the yellow lights came on once again. All replays tonight brought to you by Malcolm Mills Mill Riding. Based in Oakland, Ontario, Canada, Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding is a full-service mill riding contractor featuring custom welding, fabricating, and servicing industrial clients. Check them out online at https://mmmillwriting.com. 1 to go until we get the green flag. Again, caution laps do not count. Top 10 drivers tonight can transfer on to the next division as long as their IL is under .225. So McCarran, who's got the win in the season opener this season, will bring them back to the green. Had it in the summer opener, and here we go. And Gazaric faces some company from Brandon Templeton, who started in 9th. Looking to the inside for P2. Can he take it away from the 419? The answer is not just yet. We're nearly 3 wide off of turn number 4. That's Parmalee Pendleton. And I think Nathan Hall's in this junkyard as well. Change of the field all over, and Parmalee gets wicked loose off of turn 4, loses about 2 spots. Falls back to the 7th position in the number 4, Parmalee. Last week, a 16th place finish at Fairbury as the yellow flag is out, and it's for Gabe Blau, who is stopped on the back straightaway in the number 21. And the front end of that machine is gone once again. Let's see what that replay can tell us. related to Daniel Blau, and Daniel comes in second in the standings. Gabe competed in one race this season. And there you see how it was done. And a little bit similar to what happened with Brad Wright under the second yellow. And we're gonna actually put this in real time again and just show you this, what happened. You can see just a little bit of hard racing there. One came down and the other came up, I would say. So the cross flags, by the way, will be in the air this time when we go back to green. 10 down, 10 to go. And Jamie McCarron, who started in 6th, was able to get by Luke Gazarek, your points leader. 16-point lead over Daniel Blau. Blau, for those wondering, currently in 4th position. Brandon Dittmer in 9th spot. Let's update you on the A&J Custom Creations Hard Charger. That one would belong to Andy Piercefield. From last position, from the B main, the last spot in, up to 11th. Rory Collins, by the way, currently running in 10th position. You see Gazera currently in the runner-up spot. John Rayner, who came in 6th in the standings, did not start in the B main. So big points implications, especially coming in 6th in the points. So the Aussie down south just woke up a couple of hours ago to do some warm-up laps on iRacing, bring the field back to green. So it will be next time by, 10 down, 10 to go. Side-by-side racing for 3rd. That is Daniel Blau taking a look inside on Brandon Templeton, where the baseman is at the inside retaining wall. Takes away 3rd and for the lead. Gazarek underleads McCarron. You've got a new leader. What happened to Jamie? I don't know what on the world happened. He just all of a sudden lost a lot of pace. And Luke Gazarek to the point as the yellow comes out. And Gary Taylor in the 34 has towed it to the pits. Let's watch in real time what happened. Maybe perhaps something with Holland. There's some contact. There's some net code and into the outside wall, and on his side he goes. Now, real quick, we're going to see how Gazarek makes that pass stick on Jamie McCarron for P1. McCarron just goes outside. I don't know what on earth happened, but that is how the pass was made for the lead. And now Luke Gazarek gets the opportunity to restart as the leader. So that will definitely be interesting. Don't forget, coming up after this will be the B division for the Rebels, beginning at around 8 o'clock. So Jamie McCarron, falling back to 2nd, was your week 1 winner at Williams Grove Speedway. Now has a fight he's going to have to deal with Gazarek. Last week, McCarron finished in 2nd position and wants to get back up there with a win. Gazarek had a rough race last time out, came home in 14th position with an incident count of 12. Couple of laps, by the way, we'll be awarding 5 additional points for the 75% race distance bonus, the thanks for coming bonus. Something else we should mention too real quick before we go to green is that Steven Spies offered up a caution flag challenge. If a broadcast division can go flag to flag in a feature with no caution, Steven will donate $10 in iRacing credits for a draw between all drivers from that feature. If it's one, be for $5 in iRacing credits. A late start for Luke Gazarek as we go back to green. Car length lead over Jamie McCarron. They both hug the inside wall before pit lane as the field mid-pack just scatters around. You had one driver looking all the way upstairs. I think that was the 028 of Nathan Hall. And it was. 6 laps to go this time by. Daniel Blau is third. I apologize if I keep messing your name up, as Templeton tried to find a hole underneath. Nothing worked at all. That is your best battle on track for P30. Templeton decides to go a groove higher. Loose on exit. Car length fill the gap between third and fourth. And Templeton now has a run. Goes for third inside. Yes, he's got it. Brandon Templeton from 9th position. Up into a podium spot, but got loose on the exit. Daniel Blau tries to fight back on exit as we come to 3 to go this time by. The crossover. Blau takes away third from him once again. 3 laps to go for Luke Gazarek in the number 419. Came in 5th in series points. Incident rating of .273. But the yellow is out once again, and he's going to have a money restart to deal with. And Andy Piercefield, who is in the chance to go for the hard charger, has crashed, and I believe Bob Light, Brad Wright, and Nick King also involved too. Piercefield was the first one that crashed. Let's see what happened. Spun himself out in turn 4 and collect another driver who I believe was Nick King, who had nowhere to go. And we will show you. Just clipped him. And up on his side he goes. So this should be a 2-lap shootout. Now, what do you do here if you're Luke Gazarek? If I'm Luke, I don't want to have a late restart. I want to go as early as possible to try and hold off Jamie McCarron. One to go until we go back to green. Gazarek is looking for his 2nd ever win in the Coast2Coast Racing League. And imagine if he can do it by holding off one of the best drivers in the Raiders. Jamie McCarron is looking for his 5th. Getting ready. Pace truck is in. A 2-lap shootout to determine who's going to win the first feature of the night in the Raiders C Division. Is it Gazarek, is it McCarron, or the field? Who do you got? There goes Gazarek. And McCarron was caught sleeping. Pendleton and Templeton duking at it for 4th position. 3 wide off of turn 2. Schaefer trying to make a run at it. He's on the inside trying to take the spot away. White flag, though, in the air. One more time around Volusia for Gazarek in the number 419. An easy chance to take it home. 1/4 of a lap to go. Win 1 of the season. And his 2nd career coast-to-coast win goes to Luke Gazarek. Jamie McCarron 2nd, and Daniel Blau 3rd, Chris Schaefer 4th, Brandon Templeton round out the top 5. And ladies and gentlemen, there is your A&J Custom Creations hard charger of the night. That belongs to Chris Schaefer from 17th position. But it's Luke Gazarek that parks it in victory lane. And real quick at A&J Custom Creations, they specialize in laser engraving and CNC machining. A&J puts their craftsmanship to work in every wood trophy and plaque they produce. A&J provides trophies and plaques to all of the Coast2Coast Racing League Division champions. Contact Andy Patton to order your custom creation today. So we will talk with your top 3 as they park it in victory lane. We will talk with Daniel first. So stand by as we work to get them all in here. McCarron's in, Gazarik's in. We are waiting for Daniel Blau to show on up, and we'll check and see if he's in any of these other channels, and I don't think he is, but yep, he's in the waiting room right now. And so we will talk with your third place finisher. Let me make sure my voice is all good. Yes, it is. We got Daniel with us. Daniel, first off, is it Blau or Blow? I apologize for asking you this on air. I feel embarrassed.
No, you're all good, man. I'm 46 years old, and believe me, over 46 years, I've heard every single version of it. So, but it's Blau.
Okay.
Daniel Blau.
I said Blau most of the time, so I think I got it right. So,
You're good.
All right, so starting from the 10th position, just walk us through your race.
Honestly, for me, I'm not great at Volusia. I really don't like this track at all, so I just try to keep it between the fences, try to keep it off everybody else, and just try to, keep the car straight. That's the name of the game for me. I know I'm not fast, so I don't try to race anybody. I just try to keep it in one piece and finish, and tonight was a good night. Usually it doesn't end up like this. It was in one piece. I had great help from my teammates spotting for me, and it was a good run up through the pack.
Now, the next question I have for you is, will we be seeing you in the Rebels division? I'm not too sure if you can race, but will we possibly?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't transfer up. I got to be done racing by 5 o'clock my time, which is here in a few minutes. So I just run the C division with my son. He just got into iRacing, Gabe, and so I just come down here to bang some wheels with him and help him get started in iRacing. So no, this will be it for me tonight.
Gotcha. All right, sounds good, Daniel. Nice run tonight, man.
Hey, thanks. I want to thank my sponsors, Spartan Racing, of course, first and foremost, my wife all the time. Not only does she let me do this 3-4 nights a week, but she actually supports me quite a bit, so I appreciate her for that. And as always, Lance at VMR Wraps for the kick-ass wrap. Hit him up if you need anything done on any car in the game. I appreciate your broadcast, and we'll hopefully talk to you again soon.
Thank you, sir. Definitely appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Marty.
As Daniel Blau. Now let's go to the driver that finished in second position. That was Jamie McCarron. Jamie, good morning. You had a good car early on, but just what happened there that allowed Gazarik to get by you there in turns 3 and 4?
Yeah, I sort of experimented up there a little bit. I shouldn't have went up there. I was mainly set up for the bottom, but yeah, you got to try these things to see if it was going to be any quicker. But anyway, all good.
Yeah, definitely. Planning on doing the Rebels race, and if so, what are you expecting?
Yeah, I'll run the Rebels. Hopefully I'll set the car up a little bit different so I can go probably a little higher, just so everybody sort of don't want to run where everybody else is running. You know what I mean? If you need to pass someone, but it was a bit tricky. There was sort of one lane really on the bottom, but yeah, just set it up a little bit different.
All right, sounds good. Jamie, good luck the rest of the night, man, or well, rest of the morning for you.
Yeah, cheers, mate. All good.
That's Jamie McCarron, who comes home in the second position. And now it is time to make our way over to Cool Ray Victory Lane, Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning, to talk with your race winner, first one of the night. And it is Luke Gazarik. Luke, I don't think we got a lot of time here for you, man. So we'll try and make this a little bit quick. Just take us through making that pass work on the inside on Jamie McCarron, because you guys had a good race. Oops, hang on. All right, Luke, you got me?
Yep.
All right, there we go. Take us through that pass in the final laps there on Jamie McCarron, easily working your way down on the bottom.
I started off all night trying to run the top, and I thought it'd be faster, and Jamie, I just couldn't catch him. So then I decided I'd try the bottom. And then I went down there, and I was just gaining time on him super fast. And then caution came out, and then so I knew I was going to go back down to the bottom in the restart, and it was just way faster.
Yeah, just how good was that bottom line overall? It seemed like it was like only a one groove track for the sprint cars tonight in this division specifically.
Yeah, usually this track seems to be like top and bottom you can get away with running both pretty equally fast, but tonight the bottom was definitely better, and I personally prefer to run the bottom, so it worked out really well for me.
Will we be seeing you in the Rebels race tonight, and if so, what are you expecting?
I wish so, but I took a little bit of a beating last week at Fairbury, so my eye was a little too high to transfer.
Gotcha, understandable. Finally, who you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Just my parents for giving me the iRacing setup that I have.
Any sponsors you got?
Nope.
All right, sounds good. Luke, we'll let you go, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's Luke Gazarek, who takes it home tonight in Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning Victory Lane. Get our live read here. Cool Ray's goal is to make sure that Ray's tradition of 100% customer satisfaction lives on today. Cool Ray is proud of their reputation of providing excellent service to homeowners and businesses in Georgia. Their mission is to continue and to build long-lasting relationships with their customers through their winning spirit and commitment to 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Here are the official results from the Raiders division tonight. And Gazarek, McCarran, Blau, Schaefer, Templeton, your top 5. Big hit, obviously, when it comes to the point standings for John Rayner, not racing with us tonight in the A main. Nick King coming home in 15th, not what he wanted either when it comes to the battle for the championship. And here are the rest of the results on your screen. So it's Luke Gazarek that takes home the win. We will step aside. We'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll be set for the Rebels tonight. Stay with us. It is Monday Night Madness on the Slide Job Racing Network and Coast to Coast Racing Network. Stay with us, folks.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today, we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
We welcome you back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network, and we are getting set for the Rebels B Division, brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Millwrighting. Again, week number 3 here at Volusia Speedway Park. We just came off of a great race with Luke Gazarek taking home the win. Qualifying currently just in the process of wrapping up. Believe we'll have 24 drivers, no one missing out unless we do get a late entry. Qualifying currently brought to you by the Pit Side Podcast. Join Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig on the Pit Side Podcast each week as they discuss the latest news and developments in the Coast2Coast Racing League, as well as other racing news inside and out of iRacing. So we're going to get you your best time right now. That is how they look. Kevin Fry a 13.474, and guess what, folks? We aren't wasting any time. We are getting right into Heat Race number 1, and Heat Race number 1 is brought to you by the Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints. Their next race, by the way, July 16th at Freedom Motorsports Park in Delavan. Connor Ross, you may know his dad, Adam Ross, from up in the Oshwegan Speedway area. On the pole with Lance Ripka right next to him. Row number 2, Randy Shreves and Kevin Fry. The third row is 2 Canadians, Donald Dory and Roger Craig, and row 4, Brandon Dittmer and Kyle Goldner. So that is how they will line up as the field is currently rolling off. The sun's starting to set here at the Volusia Speedway Park. Again, we invert the top 4 from each heat. To start the heat off, I should say, for those that are just joining us. Top 4 transfer on in. It seems from the 24, seems with 24 entries, we should have them all make the field tonight. Should have 4 heats in this session. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. Let's take a look and see what's coming up around Coast to Coast Racing League. Again, we are in week number 3. Tomorrow you'll see the fixed 360 sprints here at Volusia. The next broadcast is Wednesday night for Hometown Heroes. Heroes at Lernerville Speedway for Crate 305s, Midgets, and 305 Dirt Mod Pro Late Model / UMP Modifieds. Thursday Night Thunder is, that was last week. Thursday Night Thunder is at Lanier National Speedway with the 358s, big blocks, and Pro Late Model. So here we go. First heat race in the B Division tonight is green. You have to make sure your IL is under .225 in order to race in the Rebels B Division. Off of turn number 2. Great start from Connor Ross as Shreves on his inside. Fry and Ripka battling it out for 3rd position. Craig and Goldner the first 2 out right now. Your top 6 at most part of it. Nose to tail, and Shreves tries to jump out of line, try to take a peek down to the inside. Nothing worked. Fry tried to close in. Decides not to make the pass to his advantage either. 2 laps currently in the books, and Shreves trying everything he can do all over that rear wing of Connor Ross. Little tight off of turn 4. Tries to open the door for Kevin Fry. Doesn't work either. And now Shreves trying to get something working on the outside. Low line was the place to go in the feature. Track is getting a little bit rubber, not too much right now early on in the heats, but the low line the place to go in the later part of the night. Here's Kevin Fry, takes a look inside on Randy Shreves in a great battle for the 2nd position. Oh, there goes Connor Ross! Connor Ross bobbled it at 3 and 4! Oh no, you've got to be kidding me! And he took out Randy Shreves with him. Roger Craig is 3rd, and Donald Dory is up to 4th. You have got to be kidding me. 2 laps to go in Heat 1, and Kevin Fry and Lance Ripka are going to duke it out for the final. I shouldn't say the final spot for the win. Final lap underway. Fry leading by 2 car lengths. Does Ripka have one last gasp in him? Tries to look in 3 and 4. Doesn't work. Kevin Fry takes heat number 1. Holy moly, that got crazy. Watch this again, or are we going to be able to watch it? Nope, we tried to. We were a little too late on it. Heat race number 2 brought to you by Icon Sim Sports. Here's how they will line up. Terry Landis and Preston Cranmer in row 1. Matthew Croak, Lane Snook in row 2. Watch out for Lane Snook closely. Comes on in as your points leader in the B division. Row 3, Doug Lester and Mike Cranmer. And row 4, Garrett Pepiot and Bob DeGood. Pepiot, the defending B division champion. It's just absolutely crazy with what happened to Connor Ross. Leading the race, I don't know what on earth happened on that low line in turn 3 and 4. I can't recall if he hit something. Like hit the pit. It didn't look like to me he hit the pit barrier at all. But it's just so weird how that occurred. If you know what I'm talking about. One to go until we get the green flag. Lane Snook, again, your points leader in the B division. Won the opener at Williams Grove. And last week for Lane Snook, came home in 3rd position. And that was a great race at the Fairbury Speedway. Drivers in turns number 3 and 4. Here we go once again. Heat race number 2 about to go down. There's the green. Again, top 4 transfer on in there side by side. And oh my goodness. Someone clipped the inside wall. I think it was Bob DeGood in the number 7. And he's all the way back to last position. Cranmer leads lap 1. Battle for 3rd underway between Lane Snook and Terry Landis. Nearly coming to exchanges in turn number 2. Landis with that final transfer spot. First one out is Doug Lester. Pepiot and Cranmer duking at it for position number 6. As Mike Cranmer, to be exact, Preston continuing to lead. Matthew Croak is all over him. A change for 6. Cranmer underneath. Pepiot with a problem. Garrett Pepiot off the pace in the 47 and may have to go to the B main. That would definitely be unfortunate. Landis and Lester battling for 4th position, and Doug Lester is actually closing in on Terry Landis. Oh, contact for 2nd. Lane Snook just forced his way inside on Krogh and just beat him to the side. Nice save for the number 2. You've got 3 drivers again battling for 3rd position. 2 of them will directly transfer. The other one goes to the B main. Bob DeGood takes 7th spot away from Garrett Pepiot as we work the final lap on heat number 2. Preston Cranmer half a lap away in that number 07. 8th in the standings coming on in off of turn 4. Cranmer wins heat 2. Snook, Croak, and Landis transfer in. And for Landis, it was by 1/10 of a second. Heat race number 3 brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series. From stars like Shepard to Williamson to Rudolph, White, and a whole lot more. Catch the ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast tomorrow night at Ransomville Speedway near Niagara Falls in the Niagara area. Should be a good one to watch indeed at the Big R. I will be going there for Rock Sports Network, and Race Pro Weekly. Here's how they line up for heat race number 3. It's Brandon Templeton and Joe Backus in row number 1, Donovan Ross, Jamie McCarran in row 2, Derek Miller, Greg Parmalee, row 3, and Jason Madison on the inside of row number 4. Just waiting for a couple of more drivers to line up. And McCarran and Madison will miss the start. So they will have to go to the B main. So we will have 5 drivers battling for front 4 spots in the feature tonight. So that will be very interesting to see what goes down. Joe Backus, a regular driver in the Rebels division. And just going through here. Only 1 start in Renegades this season. In the Rebels comes in 9th in points with 88. We should look at your top 5 real quick coming on in. Points brought to you by iRacing League Manager. Lane Snook with the points lead with 138. 7-point lead over Brennan Lacey with 131. Terry Landis is 3rd with 123. Matthew Croak 4th with 119. And 5th in points is Garrett Pepiat with 115. Pace truck pulls on into pit road. The green lights are on. Here we go. 5 drivers duking it out, and it's Joe Backus with the early lead over Brandon Templeton. Donovan Ross is 3rd. Greg Parmalee is 4th. Derek Miller, the first one out. Looking to the inside on Parmalee for that 4th spot. Doesn't work. Donovan Ross now takes a peek upstairs on Brandon Templeton for the runner-up spot. High side may be the place to be early on, but when we get to feature time, you're going to want to have the inside line. Parmalee now taking a look outside upstairs for 3rd position. The door is shut by Templeton. Templeton with a slide job. Parmalee looks for the crossover, takes a peek inside, sends his way into turns 3 and 4. Near contact off of turn 4. That got very close there. Parmalee falls back to P4 on the track. Templeton stays in 3rd. Donovan Ross 2nd, and it's about a second behind Joe Backus, your race leader, as we are 4 down and 4 to go. Now 3.5 to go in heat race number 3. Parmalee not giving up on Templeton, all over his rear end. This is the onboard, takes a peek inside, just hit some rubber. Just at his top speed of about 127 miles an hour. And it's rocking that outside. Senna in this time does not work as we work the final lap in heat race number 3. Joe Backus in the number 46, your race leader. Last week finished 11th, and he takes heat number 3. Donovan Ross 2nd, Brandon Templeton 3rd, Greg Parmalee 4th. Let's see here, will we have heat race number 4? We will not. We are going right to the B main, which is brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. They've been involved in 3D printing since 2016, committed to making this cutting-edge technology accessible for anyone who has an idea that needs to be manufactured. Here is how they will line up. Brandon Dittmer and Doug Lester on row number 1. Row 2 is Derek Miller and Kyle Goldner. Row 3 is Mike Cranmer, Jamie McCarran. Row 4, Connor Ross, Bob DeGood. Row 5, Jason Madison, Randy Shreves. And row 6 by himself is Garrett Pepiat. Want to make sure we didn't have a glitch there. So as the field rolls off, let's double check just to make sure everyone makes it on in. 11 to the feature. And yes, it will be 11 that make it on in. So some extra practice here in this B main, 10 laps. And then we'll have the 5-minute warm-up, which we will not show to you on the air. Next week for Monday Night Madness, we are at the very tiny bull ring of Kokomo Speedway. Start time on the broadcast, 7 o'clock right here on Coast2Coast Racing Network and the Slide Job Racing Network. Haven't had a lot of activity in chat so far tonight. Let's know who's watching, where you're from, and who you are supporting. Give us some shout-outs here on Facebook and YouTube. So just some extra practice here for fun. And the front row nearly make contact as we take the green for the B main. Bunch of drivers wicked loose. Even one of them clipped the wall, and that was Kyle Goldner in the 97, who falls all the way back to 7th spot. And look at Randy Shreves go up to 3rd position from 10th, and he's looking for 2nd. Put the chrome horn on Doug Lester, and Shreves is looking to go to the front. We're 3 wide for the top spot. Randy Shreves is not looking to make any friends today. A slide job on Ditmer. You've got a new leader. Shreves came in 7th in the standings and had to go to the B main, and he is gone from Ditmer. Imagine if Shreves pulls this kind of energy in the feature tonight. Connor Ross, Derek Miller for 4th. What a tough break for Connor Ross indeed. Was leading in heat number 1 and then just lost it in turn 4, and we're 3 wide down the back chute. Ross on Miller for 3rd, and he's got it barely by a tire at the line halfway home in the B main. Oh boy, big wreck in turn 2, and out of the ballpark was Derek Miller in the 38. So it's Randy Shreves with a 0.6 of a second lead. Change for 5th, Mike Cranmer and Garrett Pepiat. So there's a notable name that's going to have to go through the B main tonight. Garrett Pepiat, starting from the rear, comes in 5th in the standings. A lot of notable names in the B main, especially including Garrett Pepiat and Randy Shreves. Bob DeGood, also a notable name. DeGood, your points leader in the Skip V class that we have in the Coast2Coast Racing League. They race on Wednesday afternoons at 2 o'clock. Their next race is at Summit Point Raceway. Checkers are out in the B main, and it is Randy Shreves who takes things home. Shreves coming off a runner-up finish last week and is definitely looking for the win this time. And with that said, we're going to step aside and take a break. When we come back, it's the feature for the Rebels. Stay with us on the Coast2Coast Racing Network.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
Welcome back. We get ready to go to the feature. Here's how they line up. Kevin Fry, Preston Kramer, Joe Backus, Lance Ripka, Lane Snook, Donovan Ross, Roger Craig, Matthew Croak, Brandon Templeton, Donald Dory, Terry Landis, Greg Parmer-Lee. To the rest of the grid we go. Randy Shreeps, Doug Lester, Connor Ross, Mike Cranmer, Kyle Goldner, Garrett Pepiat, Brandon Dittmer, Bob DeGood, Jamie McCarron, Derek Mailer, and Jason Madison round out the field of 23 at Volusia Speedway Park for the B Division Rebels. 25 laps. Caution laps do not count. When the cautions come out, scoring reverts to the previous lap. Going to be a fun one here for the Rebels. Always putting on great races like they have to start the season. And we are going under an extra lap. And I am not sure what this is for. There is Kyle Goldner that is off the pace in the 97. Maybe we get a curious replay on what, a couple of drivers, I think, getting EOLs. I don't know, but we are going to try this once again. As we come off of turn 4. They stack them up. Here we go. The green is out for the Rebels. Kevin Fry immediately gets to the outside as the track starts to rubber on in. Preston Cranmer, Joe Backus side by side for P2 on the track. Give Cranmer the advantage upstairs. A lot of contact midfield. Lap 1 in the books led by Kevin Fry. Side by side for third. Lane Snook, your points leader, coming on in. Same with Joe Backus in 4th position. They could split the middle possibly with that number 46 of Backus. Cannot do it And now here comes Snook trying to look underneath, tucks back in line. In the C division earlier tonight, it was the low line that was everyone's friend. You see Matthew Croak barely in the background trying to get that to work. But this time it looks like the upstairs groove is everyone's friend. But Lane Snook now tries to take a look down to the bottom for P2 on the track. Nothing coming to fruition. Backus all over the rear end of the number 23 off of turn number 4 to put lap 4 on the board. So Kevin Fry, Preston Cranmer, Lane Snook, Joe Backus, Donovan Ross, that's your top 5 on the racing surface. A lot of racing happening in the back of the field. You see the changes for position on your screen. This is a game of chess or a game of chicken, but the yellow is out, first one of the night, and it's for Doug Lester, who almost left the track and into the outfield tractor tire. And oh, that got close. Right in front of the leaders when trying to get that car back straight. Let's look at the Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding replay. Just got into the wall and around he went. Luckily did not flip the car and should remain on the lead lap despite all that trouble. Lester brings it on into pit road. It's one of the longest green flag runs we've had to start a race this season in Monday Night Madness in any of the divisions that we've had. So well done to see that. And Kevin Fry has the race lead, and I believe we are going one more lap. If you're looking for other racers that enjoy racing without all the drama and name calling of normal iRacing, come out and join the Cool Ray Coast to Coast Racing League. We have 16 divisions that race 7 days a week and currently broadcast 8 divisions. Members know that they are a part of something bigger than just the on-track experience. Go to www.c2crl.com and click on Apply to join in the action. The cars are virtual, the racing is real. Let's reset the field here for you on this single file restart. Kevin Fry, Preston Cranmer, Lane Snook, Joe Backus, Donovan Ross, Matthew Croak, Randy Shrees, Lance Ripka, Roger Craig, Connor Ross, your top 10. We're back to green. Kevin Fry checks out of the hotel. Lane Snook tries to take a look underneath on Preston Cranmer for P2 on the track. Let's see if that works to his advantage on a short run. He is side by side. They are wheel to wheel in turns 3 and 4, leaving themselves a lot of social distancing off the corner. Cranmer keeps second. As Fry holds serve, he switches to the outside, to the extreme upstairs. The yellow lights are on, and it's for Garrett Papiat in the 47 with Greg Parmalee. Look at the replay and see what happened to your defending champion in the B division. Who is complete football? Oh my heavens! Holy moly! Greg Parmalee barrel rolling. Oh my. Friends, we're going to watch this once again. We're going to watch this twice. He made contact with the 12. Then side over side he went. I believe that was Lance Ripka. Nope, that wasn't Ripka. There was someone in the number 12. I don't think we have, but one more angle here, and we're just going to do this for fun. And if you don't like, if you get claustrophobic, here's your warning. That'll get you dizzy. I shouldn't say claustrophobic, but motion sickness. I think you know what I'm talking about. So we get ready to go back to green on this restart. Lane Snook had something there for Preston Cranmer for a moment. Let's see if he can try and actually make a pass work. I think he's going to go to the low line on this restart. 8 laps are complete this time by. We're back to green. And a change for 6 already. Randy Shreves and Matthew Croker duking at it. Lane Snook looking inside on Cranmer, trying to take a second away. Slide job doesn't work. Cranmer in the outside wall. Hard crash for Preston. Big implications. Preston Cranmer 8th in points. Got into her with your points leader. Lane Snook had a disgusting slide job. As the field slows. Here's your motion sickness warning again. Look at that. The wheels touched into the outside wall. Let's show that once again from another angle. Oh, you have the wrong angle here. Just look at that car just fly. Cranmer was running in 2nd position. And now he fades way back. So we'll get scoring back to the way it was before that last restart. Just with the exception of Preston Cranmer for crashing and being the cause of that yellow. I know the contact was definitely unintentional, but it was avoidable in my opinion with that slide job. Just going for an early slide job from Lane Snook. So, a couple of drivers moving to the inside line. We're not going green this time. So let's do it again and show you what's coming up on the Coast to Coast Racing League schedule. Tomorrow, the fixed 360s are at Kokomo in the afternoon. Wednesday afternoon, the skip fees are at Summit Point Raceway. Wednesday night, Hometown Heroes for the Mr. Plummer Toilet Bowl 100 for pro late models, along with fixed 360s and fixed 305s. Thursday afternoon, Mazdas, Cadillacs, McLarens at the Charlotte Roval for retreads. Thursday night, Thunder. Pro late models, fixed 358 big block dirt modifieds are at Lanier. Friday afternoon, pickup trucks at Bristol. Saturday morning, Cup cars at Atlanta for the Quaker State 400. Here we go, back to green. Lane Snook trying the inside, wants the race lead on Kevin Fry, but that's going to help out Joe Backus. Get something going upstairs. Nothing. Here comes Donovan Ross inside. Looks for 3rd on the track. Puts a slide job on Backus, and it works. That's probably going to be the only way if you want to make passes on a long run. Got to pull the nasty slide job. Oh, big wreck in the back straightaway. Matthew Croak is around. Keeps it straight somehow. And Randy Shreves is involved as well. My goodness. We had an amazing start to the feature. And it's just going in flames. Make sure we got the replay working the way we want it to work. So the 2 of Croak came down. Oh, they hit that opening. Then Shreves is along for the ride. Just mind his own business and, oh man, damaged the A-arm on the left front suspension. Takes out the camera. Again, caution laps do not count. Top 10, as long as their IL is under .200, will move into the A division. So we get ready to go back to green once again at Volusia Speedway Park. Kevin Fry, Lane Snook, Donovan Ross, Joe Backus, Connor Ross, your top 5. Biggest mover of the race, Jamie McCarron from the B main, up 14 positions. Battle for third quickly happening here. Ross upstairs, Backus on the bottom. Donovan keeps third for now. Could we see a slide job from Joe Backus? Yes, he does. Can't get it to work yet. Gives Donovan the room. There's the crossover. Donovan with contact with Joe Backus. This is getting good. This is a battle for third on the track, and now Jamie McCarron making some moves from 21st up to 4th. Nice moves by the driver that just came off of a second place finish in the C division, up from the 21st spot in the B main. In 4th position, Backus is 3rd. Lane Snook coming closer and closer to Kevin Fry with 10 to go. And what we are going to do, we are going to show you the lap times as they come across the start-finish line, because Snook has really closed in on Fry for this race lead. Faster by about 100th of a second, and that's your battle for the lead. They're catching up to lap traffic. I believe that's the 56 of Shreves as both of them work the top shelf. All running the same line, but Snook all over. Fry's has the fastest lap of the race at a 14.66, but when this track is rubbered in, Snook has it set up and ready to go. Started from the 5th position. Fry started on the pole. 6 laps to go with the stripe in lane. Snook is all over his rear end. Inside for the lead. Down to the inside wall. He scrapes it. And loses just a little bit. And definitely not what he wanted, but the yellow flag is out once again. And that is what he wanted. And it's for Terry Landis. The Malcolm's replay will show us what happened. It's just one moment as we get that set up. Here's what happened. Came up into the 44 of Doug Lester, and up on his roof he goes. Ooh, almost got another car too in the process. I think that was Bob DeGood in the 7 that he almost hit. So Kevin Fry in the number 21. As I'm going through my notes, making sure I'm looking at the appropriate things, has not competed in a Rebels race yet this season until tonight. Or maybe even any race in general. The possibility of putting an upset on Lane Snook, your points leader coming in, could be real. But now you've got Joe Backus and Jamie McCarron in the equation. in what will be a 5-lap shootout, 2.5 miles around Volusia Speedway Park. Fry fires early. Here we go. Gets some distance over Lane Snook. One driver working the extreme top shelf. That's Donovan Ross. Gets by McCarron for 4th for now. McCarron fights back on the bottom. Got to be careful to avoid the wall. 4 laps to go. And Ross has the 4th position. Connor Ross in 5th in a nice battle with Jamie McCarron for that spot. Connor Ross up 9 spots from the start of this race. This time by 3 laps to go. And Lane Snook is there. The leader's touch! The leader's touch! For the lead, big slider by Kevin Fry. Lane Snook inside for the lead. He's got it for the first time today. Here comes Joe Backus. Could be 3 wide for the lead. 2 laps to go. Kevin Fry's not out of this just yet, or is he? Got very loose on the exit of turn number 2. A yellow could change everything. And he slides on up, could open the door for Backus. The yellow is out. Yellow is out as we come to the white flag just before they took it. And let's see here. I have Lane Snook is the first one. I'm going to go through and see what this yellow came out for. Ah, look at that. Garrett Pepiat in the number 47. Didn't tell us on our end that he crashed, so I'm going to rewind this and show you what happened. There was a mess off of 2. 4 wide. Save that for the salutes, friends. Oh, my. That's a 10. 10 out of 10 for Garrett Pepiat. Caught a lucky break there, no question about it. So now as we look at this, I believe per SDK Gaming, per our live timing and scoring, we are going to our first of 2 green-white checkered attempts. And the lights are off. Lane Snook, for the first time today, will bring the field to green for a restart. The points leader looking for his 2nd win of the season. If he wins, it would be his 43rd win in the Coast2Coast Racing League. Kevin Fry 2nd, Joe Backus 3rd in this battle, or could it be the field like Donovan Ross and Jamie McCarron? Here we go, first attempt at the green-white checkered, about to go down. It is crunch time, and Fry got loose on the restart. Cooked it on the rubber, and that could help out Lane Snook big time. Big slider from Fry off of turn 2, near contact with Joe Backus. Inside, he's trying to set it in wherever he can go. This time by, final lap, we're on the last lap at Volusia. They're spinning behind him, and it's Joe Backus that went around the 46. We got 1 on inside. That's, I believe, Donovan Ross. Final time through 3 and 4. And it's Lane Snook. What on earth just happened? I don't know, but that was just insanity on what went down. We first had Matthew Croak crash. I'm going to show you what went down on all occasions here before we speak to your top 3. So it said that he crashed, and I think it was after they took the white. I don't know what that was about. So then we had Garrett Pepiat crash. The 70 comes down in the 12 and the 47. Pepiat can't save it that time. And then we had Joe Backus go around who was looking at possibly a top 3 run in contact with Donovan Ross. Spun him out. Look at the wild ride for J-Mac. And a nice save from him. And Connor Ross, I believe we have on my end, finished in second position. I don't know, but absolute crazy race as a whole. And we know he's muted. Let's see if he can unmute himself. Kevin, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got it.
All right, Kevin Fry with us, finishes in third. First off, we're going to have to talk about the elephant in the room and what happened. I'm going to ask the same question to Lane when we talk with him. From your perspective, the contact between the two, do you think that was just a dirty bump and run move? How do you look at that from your perspective?
I haven't got a chance to replay it yet, but from in the car, it felt like it was a bump and run move. I didn't think it was necessary because times he could have I could have screwed up the next corner and could have gotten me, but it's racing and we'll see what it goes next weekend.
I mean, you two are having a great race overall. What do you take away though from that battle for the win?
I should have tightened up the car a little bit more towards the end. Car was a little bit loose on exit. So I'll figure it out next time, and we'll go from there.
Will you be racing in the A division tonight?
Oh, yeah, most certainly. Yep,
All
sure
right.
will.
Sounds good. Kevin, we'll let you go.
I'll give Lane another run for his money.
Sounds good. All right. Thank you, Kevin. Good luck in that.
Thank you.
That is Kevin Fry that comes home in the third position. And now we'll go to the runner-up finisher, and that is Connor Ross in the number 35. Connor, before I ask you about the feature, I want to go back to the heats. What happened to you while you were leading? I see you leading, and all of a sudden you turned around.
Yeah, Volusia, I've had trouble with running the bottom. I run down there good, but sometimes I just screw up my line on entry, and that's what happened, and I just caught the wall. If you screw up your entry and you enter too low, it screws your whole lap up, and that screwed my whole race up there.
Overall, though, you were the hard charger of the race from, I believe, 15th position up to the runner-up. Just take me through your mind on the craziness of those final two laps.
Yeah, I was talking to the guys in Discord, and I was like, oh, crap, I'm going to transfer spot into the A. I was like, all right, I'm just going to hold down the fort, Hopefully the two guys in front of me can maybe mix it up and I can sneak by and get a top 5, and then they did that. I was like, perfect. I think I was in fourth there, and then Joe Backus ended up getting caught into it, and then going into the last corner, I seen Fry slide up the track, and I don't know if he got into lane or the wall or what happened there, but I seen he was dead sideways, and I knew I'm just going to keep my foot in the gas, and I'm either going to take home third or second.
Definitely, man. I don't think you will be. I don't know if you'll be racing with us in Renegades. I don't think you will because of your IL. But if so, just what are you expecting possibly from this Renegades division tonight?
I'm thinking it's going to be a very slick track. Just looking from previous seasons when we've ran there, it's always been top to bottom slick, and even how this race planned out, it was pretty slick. It was pretty slick. There was still a lot of tack left in it, but it was a fun track.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for your time, Connor.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Connor Ross, your A&J Custom Creations hard charger. And now we go to Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning Victory Lane to talk with your winner, Lane Snook. Lane, that was a crazy race overall, and you were making some moves, man.
Yeah, that track went very racy, and I got up the third right away, and then there was a restart, and I went to the bottom of 1 and 2, and I thought Preston was running the top, so I was going to slide in behind him, and apparently he didn't go to the top, which was my fault for not knowing where he was at, but yeah, that was my fault, but we'll go on the next week, probably serve a penalty, but that's all right, and then got by Fry for the lead. I think he was trying to protect there, and I hopped his left rear, and he kind of slid up the track in front of me, so I crossed him over, and I guess he couldn't slide me back.
Gotcha. Definitely understandable there. Second win of the season. Just what do you take away? Obviously, a points-paying win. Going to extend it by a bunch, I would assume, because Brennan Lacey's wasn't in this race. Landis finished in 11th. Croak finished in 20th, and Pepiat finished in 17th position. Actually, a lot of your contenders of your opponents for the championship really didn't have good runs today.
Yeah, that's super good for me. And I think I only had like maybe a 6x in total. But it's alright. They'll probably get drops for it, but it won't matter. We'll just keep winning. Or keep trying to win, I guess.
What do you want to thank tonight? Sponsors, crew, who do you got?
We'd like to thank Velocity Designs, Vanderbilt Racing, Jesse, Brandon, Goldner, Moonin, Lacey, Fitzy, JP. I think I forgot somebody. Dirt Doctor Trucking, Bio.com, Powerhouse Motorsports, Wagner Brothers, U for the Broadcast, C2C Racing League, Universal Sediment Service, Jack on Howard Associates, Keystone Alliance, KKP, Keystone Recording Products, Fox's Pizza Den, Mexico Ridge Beef Farm, Snoop Dirt Designs, The Old Hatcher, and Fitzy's Perfect Photography.
Awesome. Thanks, Lane. Great run tonight. Congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
That is Lane Snook, your race winner. In Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning, Victory Lane. Let's show you the official results. So Snook, Connor Ross, Kevin Fry, Brandon Templeton, Preston Cranmer round out your top 5. I need to go back and see real quick. I'm going to go back real quick, and you'll see it behind us. Connor Ross was able to get apparently a second place finish out of all of this. Ah, there you see it. There. Fry just drove it in way too deep, coming to the checkered flag. So that's what went down in that. Okay. And then the rest of the results on your screen. So coming up next will be the final event of the night, and it is the A Division Renegades. So stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Welcome back, everyone, to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We are getting ready for the final event of the night, and it is the A Division Renegade Sprint Cars, and it is brought to you by the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We've had 2 terrific events so far. Let's see how this one will go down tonight. Our point standings brought to you by Racing League Manager, as we're in a driver's meeting currently right now as we speak. And here are how the point standings look. Stephen Goldner, coming off a win last week in the A Division at Fairbury, is your points leader by a point on Blake Chapman in second. Third in points is Lane Snook. And let's just confirm here real quick. Snook is in this race tonight. Matthew Croak is fourth in the standings. John Hine is fifth. That's 125 and 124 respectively. Jeff Fitzpatrick is sixth with 112. Garrett Pepe at seventh with 104. Jonathan Short is eighth with 101. Ninth, Stephen Fernberg with 96. And Aiden Young is 10th with 93. Last week, by the way, it was Goldner getting the win. Brandon Schultz second, Jeff Fitzpatrick third, John Hine fourth, and Blake Chapman rounded out the top 5. So we have had some excellent races so far tonight. Our winners have been Luke Gazaric in C Division and in B Division. You just saw Lane Snook get his second win of the season, 43rd in Coast to Coast Racing League competition. So as we wait, let's give our shout out as well to the other broadcasters of Coast to Coast. That is the OSRN, broadcasting Hometown Heroes on Wednesday night, presented by A&J Custom Creations, Icon Sim Sports, and we have got somebody practicing on track. That is Brandon Schultz in the 193. Icon Sim Sports, Cool Ray Air Conditioning and Heating, also broadcasting Hometown Heroes. Thursday Night Thunder, brought to you by Super Dirt Car Series and Mr. Plummer. Coast to Coast Racing Network, come out and join us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network on YouTube and click subscribe to catch all the Coast to Coast Racing League action. Join us for Monday Night Madness from 7 to 10 Eastern every night as I bring you all the coverage here for Raiders, Rebels, and Renegades. Welcome Home Wednesdays feature Joe White and OSRN from Lernerville, and then Thursday Night Thunder with the Dirt Modifieds and Pro Late Models at 9 p.m. See if some of you guys are talking in the chat. From the looks of it, not really. So there you see Brandon Schultz on track. Has only competed in one race this season. And again, that was last week at Fairbury. Finished in runner-up in points. I believe doing some mock qualifying runs as we speak. Volusia Speedway Park again, half-mile D-shaped oval. The fastest half-mile dirt track in the world. Known home of the Dirt Car Nationals. Notable Gator Awards in the Super Dirt Car Series. Max McLaughlin taking home the Big Gator. Devin Moran in Dirt Car Late Models. And in the UMP Modifieds, it was Nick Hoffman. So, you know what? I have an idea what we're going to do while we're at it. I'm going to take another commercial break, and right when qualifying begins, we will get right into the action. So, stay with us, folks.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
G-Force TV delivers the excitement of short track racing to places it has never seen before. With dynamic production elements and state-of-the-art technology, G-Force TV proves what the racing community already knew. Race fans are plentiful and they are hungry for excitement. Last year, G-Force TV streamed over 250,000 hours of intense racing action for fans all around the world. Nearly 750,000 fans viewed our streams and on-demand videos. By the end of the racing season, our subscriptions rose more than 400%. What does all this mean for you and your business? Motorsports marketing in Canada has never produced such amazing and measurable results. Cashing in on the benefit of motorsports marketing is easier than it's ever been. Work with a team, work with a speedway, work with a series, or join the excitement directly with us at G-Force TV. We are excited to see you all back at the races. But until then, see it all on G-Force TV. Subscribe today for free at gforcetv.net.
Welcome back, everyone. We are just getting ready, just waiting for qualifying to get underway for the Coast2Coast Racing League A Division Renegades. Again, you got to have an IL that's under .200, and we have about 28 drivers on the entry list. for tonight that are set. While we were at it, because I got nothing to do until qualifying, chat has been extremely quiet tonight. I want to hear from you guys on who you're rooting for tonight, and it's been we've had some great racing at Volusia Speedway Park. What I'm very interested in, in the C division, the low line was the place to be. In the B division, the high side was the place to be. And now we've got the A division.
Guys, I'm going to roll into qualifying here.
Here we go for qualifying. There you hear it. I was listening to it while we were waiting. And qualifying will be brought to you by the Pitside Podcast. Preston Cranmer and Roger Craig every Wednesday night on iRacing. So we get things set to go. You'll see your qualifying stuff on your screen. We're going to watch first here Aiden Young in the number 69. A lot of drivers really that you could watch him, or you're going to watch Kevin Fry here because he was the main driver that did so good in that race, just came oh so close. As qualifying is underway, let's see who starts off this timing here. Kevin Fry, 13.64, 400ths of a second faster than Gary Offutt as the times reset. Blake Chapman out on the top with 13.63. Spangler now quickest. Fry, can he improve it? Cannot. Fourth quick at a 13.63. Patrick Spangler has a 13.62. Tries to extend it. Is he faster? No. Trent Verstraeten will watch now in the 88, currently 13th fastest, as Ross Carrena goes quick time with a 13.59. Verstraeten goes second quick at a 13.604. Benjamin Kolschnauer across the start-finish line. Moonen times in third with a 13.591. Is there a possibility he could get the pole? But Brandon Schultz now the quickest at a 13.557. Off of turn 4. Schultz calls it in. Kyle Moonen does not go faster on his second lap. Stephen Goldner clocks in on lap 1, fifth quickest at a 13.62. And he calls it a session. Couple more drivers out on the track. John Short has spun it. We'll watch Corey Kussler in the 1-2-6. First lap, seventh quick at a 13.623. Off of turn number 4 for Corey Kussler. Can he improve it? Yes, he can. Second quickest for Corey Kussler at a 13.578. But it will be Brandon Schultz working on his final lap. Won't be a faster one, though. That is on the pole. I shouldn't say on the pole, but he is the quickest of all drivers in qualifying, a 1.3557. We got Deanna Stevenson in chat rooting for Benjamin Kolsch, or Benjamin Kelch. Thank you for the heads up there. I've been saying it wrong all this time. Benjamin Kelch, always his biggest fan. Glad to hear, Deanna. Checkers are out on qualifying as we get ready for heat race number 1, which is brought to you by our good friends at the Empire Super Sprints. Celebrating over 37 years of exciting 360 sprint car action in the northeastern U.S. and Canada, with stars like Paulie Colagiovanni, Jason Barney, Chuck Habing, Matt Tanner, Billy Van Indrigen, and many more coming to a dirt track near you like Freedom on July 16th. For more info, log on to EmpireSuperSprints.com or visit our Facebook and Twitter pages. The Lucas Oil Empire Super Sprints, where the tradition of excitement guaranteed lives on. We invert the top 4 here for the heats, and this is how they line up. Row 1, Jesse Bandy and John Hine. Row 2, Trent Verstraeten and Brandon Schultz. Row 3, Jeff Barker, Tom Taylor, and Nathan Krapicheski rounds out the field of 7. 4 drivers will go home in the B main tonight when it takes place, from the sounds of it. 8 laps, top 4 transfer directly to the A main. And the Renegades, the strongest group of fields in Monday Night Madness, and probably as well one of the most competitive, up there with the Rebels. John Hine, who starts from the 2nd position, 5th in the standings, coming on in last week with a 4th place finish at Fairbury Speedway. Jesse Bandy, 18th in points, came home 11th last week. Brandon Schultz with a 14th place finish, 14th in points coming in. Again, only one event he's competed in this season. 2nd last week after starting from that same spot at Fairbury. Track is looking clean and mean for right now as we're slower than usual. Stack them up. Here we go. Heat 1 is green. Jesse Bandy, immediately a slide job on John Hine, trying to get to that outside. There's a crossover from Hine to the bottom of the track, looking to take the lead and lead. Lap 1 from Bandy. Yes, he can. John Hine to the point. Battle for 3rd between Brandon Schultz and Trent Verstraeten, the Canadian, inside on Schultz for P3. The door almost shut in his face as they nearly made contact off of turn 4. Bandy again trying the inside, drove it in a little bit too deep. Stacks up 3rd and 4th for Strand, and Schultz are loose. They make a nice save, and it opens the door for Jeff Barker. Barker tries to look for 4th on the track, does not work at all. Battling with Verstraeten for that final spot directly into the A main. Schultz runs in 3rd, Bandy in 2nd, a half second behind John Hine. Cross flags are up, 4 down, 4 to go. Tom Taylor is 6. Kropaszewski did not make the call to start the opening heat. Schultz and Verstraeten part 2 in that battle once again for P3 from the rear end of the 57. One of the fastest in dirt track racing, no question about it. I believe he just blinked there for a moment, not too sure what happened. Under the lights here in Volusia County as Verstraeten now looks inside. Looks like the line you're going to want to be in as we're on the white flag. Final lap for heat race number 1. That's the battle for 3rd. They are looking very good at transferring in early on. Verstraeten would like to get a higher starting spot in the A main. Off of turn 4, John Hine takes it. Bandy 2nd, Schultz 3rd, Verstraeten 4th. Barker, Taylor, Kropaszewski will go to the B main. Heat race number 2 brought to you by Icon Sim Sports, making one-of-a-kind fixed chassis like no other while exemplifying extraordinary customer service to its patrons. Replicates the look, feel, and design of a real race car, and it's amazing. Again, we invert the top 4, and it's Jeremy Paulson and Kevin Fry in row 1. Fry looking for redemption after what happened last time out. Stephen Goldner, Corey Kussler in row 2. Daniel Vaught, John Short, row 3. And Connor Ross round out the field of 7. So as we get ready for heat race number 2, let's talk about some of the drivers that you see on the lineup. Like I said earlier, with Kevin Fry, his first start this week in Monday Night Madness. Jeremy Paulson, if I'm looking at this correctly, this is his first start in a competition this season. I believe his first start this week. Stephen Goldner, always the main target you have to watch out for. He's your points leader coming in and starts in 3rd. Corey Kussler also in his first start this season. Daniel Vaught, 12th in points coming on in. Connor Ross missed the call to the green flag. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. Goldner winning last week at the Fairbury Speedway. Daniel Vaught with a 9th place finish from 16th on the starting lineup. Again, 8 laps. We take the top 4 directly to the A main. Everyone else will be going to the B main or possibly as well a C main tonight, depending on what the ruling is on iRacing. Watch Steven Goldner closely. He's planning on trying to make some moves here. As we get ready, heat race number 2. Pace truck is in. Fry and Paulson, your front row. Here we go. Nice start from Kevin Fry in that 21. And clears Paulson immediately. 3 wide for 3rd. The run, oh, that was close for Daniel Vaught. Nearly made contact with Steven Goldner. And that could have been bad. Final transfer spot belongs to Kussler in that 1-2-6. Paulson immediately challenging Kevin Fry for the race lead. Tries to take a look down to the inside. Nothing found there at all. Side by side. Final transfer spot on the line. Kussler dealing with a fight from John Short in the number 51. Now stuck. Here comes Vaught inside. Takes away Fett. That's going to help out Kussler try and pull away as they're dueling it out for P5. Meanwhile, for the lead, here comes Jeremy Paulson. He wants to look inside on Kevin Fry. The 21 versus the 000 machine. Nearly side by side off of turn 2. Paulson's just trying to figure out how he can get a much better exit. Nearly identical lap times between your top 2. Here comes Steven Goldner in the number 30 in this mix-up too. Kussler currently with the final transfer spot. About maybe 0.3 of a second over Daniel Vaught. Going to take a simple mistake for someone to try and make a pass, try and pressure the other one. Final lap underway in heat number 2. Fry leads it over Paulson. If Jeremy Paulson wants a starting spot inside the top 4 or 5, he's going to have to send it in deep. He's within striking distance. Can he get something to set up? No, he cannot. Kevin Fry takes heat number 2. Paulson, Goldner, and Kussler transfer in. That was a fun heat race indeed. Heat race number 3 brought to you by the Super Dirt Car Series, the Northeast Premier Series, showcasing the big block modifieds premier drivers from Florida to Canada. The Super Dirt Car Series visits some of the most exciting dirt tracks in front of the biggest crowds. Tomorrow night, the Summer Nationals at the Big R, Ransomville Speedway on DirtVision.com. The ground-pounding, earth-shattering, window-rattling beasts of the Northeast, it's the Super Dirt Car Series. Here's how they line up for heat race number 3. Gary Offutt and Brian Moore Sr. on row 1. Patrick Spangler, Ross Corinna, row 2. Benjamin Kelch and Stephen Spies in row 3. Doug Lester in row 4, starting from 7th position. So the field rolls off. Again, we take the top 4. We have yet to have occur tonight, by the way, a caution-free or a 1 caution race. Keep in mind, if that does happen, Steven Spies in that number 55 will open a draw for iRacing credits. If we go caution-free, there will be a $10 iRacing credit draw to 1 driver in that feature. If there is 1 yellow, it will go for $5 instead. As the first 2 weeks of the season have featured a higher than normal number of cautions and subsequently a higher average IL or incidents per lap. So Gary Offutt, Brian Moore Sr., your front row as we get ready to go for heat race number 3. That was a fun heat too. Will we see something a lot similar? And we are about to find out. Pace truck going into pit road for these 6 drivers. Doug Lester missed the call to grid, and we are going green and stacks up the inside line. inside line, somehow did not get going. I don't know what happened there, but it's Brian Moore Sr. with the lead. Corinna second, off at third, and Spies is fourth, and now he wants third. They touch, they spin with the 51. And who's going to come out of it straight? Offa can't get it going. Spies has it over Spangler. Oh boy, if Lester was able to make the call to green, that would have changed everything. Couch was able to get by with no issues as Spies and Spangler are battling for the final spot in to the A main. That was interesting. Indeed. 4 down, 4 to go, and this is the battle for the lead and a top 4, top 5 starting spot between Brian Moore Sr. and Ross Corinna. Corinna raced with us last week. If not, it was 2 weeks ago. And I believe actually it was a couple of weeks ago. Brian Moore Sr., it's been a rough start to the season for him, trying to rebound big time. And the battle for fourth heating up between Spies, and oh, there's more contact, and Spangler spins on a slide job. And with that, you pretty much have your field of 4 that will transfer into the A main as the battle for the win for Heat 3, and it goes to Brian Moore Sr. over Ross Corinna. Couch makes it in third as we wait for Steven Spies to transfer in. He takes forward. Patrick Spangler goes to the B main. And we have a heat race number 4 brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, an esports racing team that competes weekly across the iRacing platform. The team has drivers entered in dirt races, sports cars, asphalt, oval, and even compete in endurance races. This year they'll have drivers in the 24 Hours of Daytona and Le Mans. Go to Gambler Motorsports on Facebook and follow them. Here's how they will line up. Aiden Young, Steven Fernberg in row 1, Blake Chapman, Kyle Moon in row 2, G.J. Boydell and Lane Snook row 3, Barry Goldner by himself in row number 4. As the field is ready to roll off, 8 laps, top 4 transfer on in. Hopefully this one's not as crazy as what we saw in Heat 3. Everyone battling for 4th, took each other out. So that was fun indeed. Aiden Young, 10th in points coming in the Renegades. A 13th place finish after starting from 22nd last week. Steven Fernberg finished 10th last week. He's 9th in points coming in. Blake Chapman, 2nd in the standings, entering tonight. Finished 5th last week. Kyle Moonen starting in the 4th position. 13th in the standings and finished in 23rd. Not a good race from him last week. Lane Snook, we believe, missed the call for the start, and that he did. So that moves Barry Goldner up into the 6th position, in case you're wondering why it's 4 inside and 2 on the bottom. So pace truck will roll into pit road. Aiden Young, Steven Fernberg the front row for Heat 4. We're green. Deadlocked here at the start, though, but Fernberg gets the advantage off of turn 2, gets it. Kyle Moon in 2nd, side by side for 3rd. Aiden Young and Blake Chapman. Young takes a peek inside. He wants 2nd spot back, doesn't work, and he falls back to 4th in the hands of G.J. Boydell, the first one out in 5th. Boydell takes a look upstairs for that 4th and final transfer spot, and he's got it right now over the number 69. Young fights back on the bottom, tries to get something to work. He edges out Boydell there that time with the stripe. Good battle for 2nd, 2 between Moonen and Boydell. We watch that battle for 4th closely. Boydell, can he clear Young? Yes, he can. Moonen clears Chapman, keeps that second position. So apologies, Steven, last name's actually Steven Spees. And an update on Lane Snook, his IL was too high to transfer to the Renegades, so he was disqualified in the iRacing simulator. Had a feeling that was the situation. Didn't really want to ask him about that. 3 to go though in heat race number 4. Slide job, Moonen looking for the lead. Here's the crossover from Fernberg. Chapman in this battle too. Fernberg, does he put a slider on his own? It doesn't work. New leader Kyle Moonen with 2 to go. Boydell still with the final transfer spot over Aiden Young. A fun race in heat race number 4. Chapman thinking about looking underneath on Fernberg, does not work. Boydell trying to set something up as we're underneath the white flag. Fernberg a last chance, sends it in on 1 and 2, doesn't work at all. And now deals with Chapman, battle for second on the line. Battle for fourth possibly on the line between Boydell and Young. Off the turn 4, it's Moonen that wins heat 4. Chapman, Fernberg, and Boydell transfer in. So now we go right into the B main. No heat race number 5. But a shout out though to the Can-Am Racing team. Heat 5 brought to you by SBGC 3D Printing. And real quick, let's talk about the Can-Am Racing team. Drivers from coast to coast in the U.S. and Canada and are pleased to be a part of the Coast2Coast Racing League since its inception. So there you see the lineup for the B main. Let's see here, confirm through the iRacing lineup. We are taking heat. We are taking 8. And let's see. We've got 11 lined up. Excuse me, we should have 10 that will. And actually, you know what? I don't think we're going to have 9 through 11. Jeff Barker and Daniel Vaught in row 1. Patrick Spangler, Aiden Young, row 2. John Short, Tom Taylor, row 3. Barry Goldner, Gary Offa in row 4. So we've got our field of 8 that will take the green. And what on earth is happening here to Jeff Barker? It's going to take an EOL, I think, and start from the rear of the field. And I think is stuck on the inside line. And there we go, puts in reverse, so that will put Patrick Spangler on the pole for the B main. So 10 extra laps of practice. Update, by the way, on Jeff Barker in the 513, and Barker has actually got it back going. Reports that he lost his force feedback on the wheel, so that's good to know. That's a bummer to hear. So let's get ready to go back to the green flag. Barker and Vaught will bring them to the green flag. 10 laps, here we go. Barker clears Vaught in the opening set of corners as they're side by side down the back chute. Young and Spangler for third. Slider possibly from Daniel Vaught. No, out of turn 4 though. He does lead the opening lap and now clears Barker. Crossover to the inside for Barker, looking for the lead as Young and Short continue to be deadlocked for P3. They now look on the outside of Barker. Send it in, John Short. He's going 3 wide for second. Doesn't work, falls back to 4th. But he's got a chance at 3rd, sends it in once again, tries to look for the slide job. Nothing coming to fruition, falls back in the hands of Spangler in that battle for P4. So it's Vaught, Barker, Young, Short, Spangler, 1 through 5. And it is Goldner, Offa, and Taylor rounding out the field. Half-second lead for Vaught over Barker. Let's watch Young and Short in this battle for 3rd. John Short takes the look downstairs. Doesn't work at all. Spangler waiting in the wings as well with that 051. Now they're side by side. A lot of bite on the exit for the 51 of Short. Takes away 3rd. Tried to slide up. Doesn't work. Falls back in line. Now he shifts up to the outside, tries to dime in the corner. Same with Spangler off of turn number 4. 4 laps to go here. We could go 3 wide. Spangler trying to set something up. A lot of fun racing here for second spot on the track. Aiden Young inside. John Short up on the top shelf. Young looking for second. Can't get it to work. Short could take away the third spot. 2 to go. Daniel Vaught, meanwhile, is missing a great race. It's all happening behind him in his virtual rearview mirror. Young falls back to 4th. Spangler takes a peek downstairs for the spot and gets 4th spot away. White flag in the air, 1 to go in the B main. This could be a preview of what we see tonight for 30 laps, and I think it is what we are going to see. Final time through as John Short looks for second. It's Daniel Vaught that wins the B main. That was fun. That really was fun indeed. All right, 5-minute warm-up. We're going to take a break. Stay with us. Final break of the night. And then it is our feature event for the Renegades.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
G-Force TV delivers the excitement of short track racing to places it has never seen before. With dynamic production elements and state-of-the-art technology, G-Force TV proves what the racing community already knew. Race fans are plentiful and they are hungry for excitement. Last year, G-Force TV streamed over 250,000 hours of intense racing action for fans all around the world. Nearly 750,000 fans viewed our streams and on-demand videos. By the end of the racing season, our subscriptions rose more than 400%. What does all this mean for you and your business? Motorsports marketing in Canada has never produced such amazing and measurable results. Cashing in on the benefit of motorsports marketing is easier than it's ever been. Work with a team, work with a speedway, work with a series, or join the excitement directly with us at G-Force TV. We are excited to see you all back at the races. But until then, see it all on G-Force TV. Subscribe today for free at gforcetv.net.
Warm-up is complete. It's Brandon Schultz is the fastest. And ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of everyone at the Coast2Coast Racing League, the Coast2Coast Racing Network, the Slide Job Racing Network, and all of its sponsors, we thank you for spending your Monday night with us. It is now time to meet the field for the starting lineup for the main event for the Renegades A Division. In row number 1 on the pole, it is John Hine and Kevin Fry. Row 2, Brian Moore Sr. and Kyle Moonen. Row 3, Jesse Bandy and Jeremy Paulson. Row 4, Ross Corinna and Blake Chapman. Row 5, it's Brandon Schultz and Stephen Goldner. Row 6, Benjamin Kelch and Stephen Fernberg. Row number 7, Trent Verstraeten and Corey Kussler. The 8th row, Stephen Spees and G.J. Boydell. Row number 9, Daniel Vaught and John Short. The 10th row, Jeff Barker and Patrick Spangler. Row 11, Aiden Young and Gary Offut. And row 12 is Barry Goldner and Tom Taylor. 30 laps around Volusia Speedway Park, a 15-mile race. Caution laps do not count. They will be 1 fast repair. Also 2 green-white checkers if necessary. All restarts will be on the restart location depending on where the leader wants to fire. The leader will go on the green. And this will be a fun race indeed. Who do you like, chat? Who do you like? Who are you supporting tonight? To all 14 viewers watching on Coast2Coast Racing Network. Know you got a lot of good picks. I'd keep my eye out for either Kevin Fry as an invader or Kyle Moonen. They are both hot and hungry. White flag is out. 1 lap to go until we get the green flag. Race fans, I'm ready. The fans are ready. The drivers are ready. Are you ready, viewers at home? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start the way we do it every week here on the Slide Job Racing Network. Race fans, strap in and hold on tight because these men are about to turn them loose and drop the sledgehammer. Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime at Volusia. Off of corner number 2 for the first time, it's Kevin Fry with the early advantage, but John Hine trying to look to the inside. Brian Moore Sr. in this picture as well in third. He's side by side with Kyle Moonen. Lap 1 in the books, it's led by Kevin Fry. Side by side for P2 on the track. Moonen looking upstairs on the 71 of Hine. You've got Jeremy Paulson as well in the picture in the 000. A couple of drivers loose. We're 3 wide across the start-finish line. Close quarters racing at its finest. I see the 57 up there, Jesse Bandy. Same with Stephen Goldner and Ross Corinta. First yellow of the day is out, and it's for John Short, who is spun. And I think that's turn 2 in the 51. Malcolm's Mills riding replay will show us what happened. Off of turn 4. He's 3 wide mid-pack. makes some contact there, and up in the air he goes. And man, physics are John Short's friend. Made contact. There was Patrick Spangler that was in there, and then I think Jeff Barker too in the 513. The first yellow of the night for the Renegades A Division feature is out. And Kevin Fry is your race leader. Single file restart, keep that in mind. John Short, I believe, using his quick repair to get back out there, and I think that is the case. Want to avoid some suspension damage, and we'll have to use it early on because you know he's going to have some. He would have had some damage from hitting the wall, and then suspension damage from coming down pretty hard. Lights are off the pace truck. 1 lap to go until we get our first restart of the day. One more caution, by the way, and the bonuses and iRacing credits will go out the window. Steven Spees will say sorry. At the same time, he won't be sorry because he won't have to lose any money. Kevin Fry, John Hine, Kyle Moonen, Brian Moore Sr., Jeremy Paulson, that's your top 5. Jesse Bandy, Stephen Goldner, Ross Carina, Blake Chapman, Brandon Schultz round out the top 10. Kevin Fry gets the right to fire first in the restart zone. He fires early. Here we go. Checks out of the hotel quickly and uses the outside line, nearly 3 wide in turns 1 and 2. Here comes Brian Moore Sr. up to second on the restart. Blinding restart by the number 558. Stephen Goldner now looking upstairs for the second spot as everyone is in a huge wad across the start-finish line. Goldner up on the outside. Stephen Goldner down low. We are 3 wide in turns number 3 and 4 off of turn 4. The battle for second still up for grabs, and it goes to Stephen Goldner. Kyle Moonen up out to the outside looking for third on Morris Sr. We're nearly 4 wide. Down the back chute. Save that for the intros, friends. And it's getting extremely dicey. We are 3 wide. We've been 3 wide for like 3 straight laps, and it's ingredients for a 3-car wreck. And now Goldner trying to close in as they're working lap traffic. Here's the battle for third. Carina inside on Moore Sr. That's for fourth, actually, excuse me, and takes it away. Moonen's up to third spot. We're 3 wide for 5th position. Moore Sr. is in trouble. He is fading back. How about Brandon Schultz? He's up to P6. Chapman running in 5th. Currently your biggest mover of the race is Stephen Goldner, up 8 positions from the start. He is back 1.2 seconds to Kevin Fry. Fry, by the way, an invader from the B division as the yellow flag is out for the second time tonight. And it's for Tom Taylor in the number 14. Yellow definitely not what Fry wanted to see, as now Stephen Goldner is going to be all over. So he's by himself. Does he get loose? I got that inside wall. And side over side he goes. And that will be a quick repair for Tom Taylor as he towed it immediately back to the pits. 8 laps complete. And Kevin Fry is your race leader. He's led all the laps so far today. Had a good lead over Stephen Goldner. Goldner again coming off of that win at Fairbury with the fastest lap of the race as well, and an 11.808. Only one driver in the 14-second lap times range, and that is Kevin Fry with a 14.99. Lights are off the pace truck. We go green this time by as the field cycles through. Yep, there we go. We've got it set. We'll have 9 laps complete and 21 laps to go in the Renegades A division tonight. Kevin Fry, Stephen Goldner, Kyle Moonen, Ross Corinna, Blake Chapman, your top 5. Brandon Schultz, Brian Moore Sr., John Hine, Jesse Bandy, Jeremy Paulson, your top 10. Fry, the right to fire first. He fires later than normal, and we go back to green. Fry switches back to the top shelf. Goldner downstairs. Could that open the door for Moonen looking for third? Does not, but Corinna wants a pizza. But here we go. 3 wide in turns 3 and 4. Who's getting the advantage off the corner? It's Stephen Goldner for right now. Shuts the door on Corinna as Moonen, and now he takes a look inside. Tried to put a slide job. They both went up the track really hard. Brandon Schultz up in the wall. Currently right in 6th position, and it is a mess for P3. Too close to call at the start-finish line, but I think it was Moonen over Corinna. And Moonen still running in 3rd position, the battle for 4th as Schultz looks outside on Blake Chapman. Great racing at Volusia Speedway Park. And now Corinna inside on Moonen for 3rd. Let's see if he can get that to pay off. Right now it seems like it's a game of slide jobs if you want to get it to work. Moonen now challenging Goldner for 2nd. That's not where he wants. All over attacking, just scrapes the wall with his right rear Hoosier sneaker in turn 2. Back at it in a 3-car battle for 4th, Corinna, Chapman, and Schultz. Schultz takes a peek inside on the number 20, looking for 5th spot. We could go 3 wide possibly with Corinna in the mix-up. It's a 4-car battle for 3rd right now. And now making a 3-car battle for 4th at the moment. Cross flags are up, 15 down, 15 to go. Look at Moonen all the way to the inside on Goldner for 2nd. Possible slide job, yes it does. He's up to 2nd spot, Kyle Moonen. And now Corinna trying to hold off a challenge from Blake Chapman for 4th on the track. They still remain deadlocked for 2nd in front of them. And they have closed in on Fry, and that's close off of turn 4. Hang on to her, Corinna. Nice save by the driver of the O-Ton. Yellow is out. As Moonen and Goldner were all over, the yellow lights are on for Jesse Bandy in the number 57. We'll go to the replay and see what happened. I think Bandy has already called it a night, so we're going to replay. Just scraped the wall off of turn 2 and then got that opening, and then into traffic he goes. And up on his side, back on all 4s, and calls it a night. Third caution of the day. In this album, oh boy! Fry, I think, is just trying to get some cold mud on his tires. From the looks of it. 22 drivers on track. They are all on the lead lap for right now. Currently, your biggest mover of the race is Patrick Spangler. He is up 8 spots, started in 20th. He is running in 12th. Lights should go off the iRacing pace truck, and they do. We'll have 1 lap to go until we go back to the green flag. And this should give us about 11 laps to go. So another nice green flag run by the Renegades. And let's show you how the field lines up. It will be 12 laps to go, actually. Kevin Fry, Kyle Moonen, Stephen Goldner, Blake Chapman, Brandon Schultz, your top 5. Ross Corinna, Corey Kussler, Brian Moore Sr., John Hine, and Trent Verstraeten, the top 10. So we're ready to go back to the green flag. Fry gets the right to fire first. Moonen fires at the same time, and he looks on the outside on Kevin Fry. Possibly a battle for the lead or a battle for 2nd as Stephen Goldner is there on the attack as well. Top 3 battling for the race lead. Here comes Kevin Fry looking upstairs. Moonen's got to put a slide job if he wants to defend it, and he does. Moonen leads to the stripe. Moonen back to second. Fry led the line that time by correction there, but now he's all over. To the outside of Kevin Fry. This is for the race lead. Side by side off the corner. Fry slammed the door at the stripe. Leads it with 10 to go. Off of turn 2, Kyle Moonen all over the cushion, trying to take the lead away from Fry. They are wing to wing off of turn number 4, and to the point goes Kyle Moonen. First lead change of the night in this feature. Kevin Fry, his turn to hang on. Stephen Goldner back in third in a battle with Blake Chapman. Chapman takes a look to the inside. Change for 8th as Brian Moore Sr. is up there. And Fry now has to hang on. He's stuck in a battle for second with Goldner. Goldner on the gas first before Fry was on the exit of 2. Yellow's out. And it is for John Hine. Unfortunate, he was in the top 10 when we came back to green, who was crashed. Let's see what happened on the Malcolm's Mills riding replay. Oh. That's a bad rock. Again, got that opening. That's a terrible opening. There is no room for error here at Volusia. Well, we're just going to show you this. I'm going to go on board with John Hine. That was with Moore Sr., I believe. And was just ragdolling down the back chute. Lights are off, so we will have a 7-lap shootout when we take the green flag, and for the first time today, it is Kyle Moonen who is out in front, started in 4th position. Kevin Fry trying to figure out a way to get by Moonen. Moonen's been very good on the outside. Stephen Goldner 3rd, Blake Chapman 4th, Brandon Schultz rounds out the top 5, Ross Corona 6th. That's who's really been contending for this win. There goes Moonen, catches Fry sleeping. Goldner looks downstairs, but Fry shut the door on him. He shifts back up to the top shelf of the track on the cushion, looking for a second spot, and Fry's got it still. And we're 3 wide for 3rd. Nearly 4 wide at the stripe. Close quarters racing at its finest with 6 to go. Goldner with the slider on Fry. Takes away 2nd spot away. Got the wall there for a moment. 3 wide entering 3. Here comes, is that Chapman looking for 2nd for the slide job in turns 3 and 4. Nearly 4 wide at the stripe with 5 to go. Man, Kyle Moonen doesn't know what he's missing. Goldner to 2nd. Fry back to 3rd. Stacks up the drivers in 4th on back. Here comes Schultz underneath Kevin Fry. They split the number 21. Riding all over his wheel with 4 to go. And it's Brandon Schultz now up to 3rd. He's going for 2nd on Stephen Goldner. He's got it. Finish line for Kyle Moonen. Great racing tonight here at Volusia Speedway Park. Here comes Schultz. It's not over yet. This is for the lead. 2 laps to go. Moonen riding the top side of the racetrack. Brandon Schultz on the bottom. 2 of the best drivers in the Renegades going to battle it out for the race win. This time by, it's the white flag, 1 to go. Brandon Schultz, if he wants to win this one, he's going to have to send it in 3 and 4 on Kyle Moonen. Half a lap to go. Schultz has a chance. Moonen defends on the bottom. Kyle Moonen wins it at Volusia Speedway Park. As the field checks up to the end, checkers are out, the fireworks go off. And Kyle Moonen does it, and look at the gap over Brandon Schultz. Moonen's 14th win in competition for the Coast2Coast Racing League. We will talk with your top three. Moonen, Schultz, and Chapman. Moonen is off the pace. I think he ran out of fuel, actually, because he is getting a push from, I believe that's Steven Goldner. That is. I think right at the finish, Moonen ran short. If he runs out short earlier, I think Brandon Schultz beats him barely. So here he comes off of turn 4 to do the podium celebration. He actually needed a legit push truck. And Kyle Moonen's in victory lane. Biggest mover of the race, Aiden Young, was the second biggest, but the biggest, Patrick Spangler from 20th, up 13 and finishes in 7th. That is your A&J Custom Creations hard charger of the race. We wait for your top 3 to come on in. Kyle Moonen, Brandon Schultz, and Blake Chapman. So we'll wait for your top 3. We've got Blake Chapman in, waiting for Kyle Moonen. And there we go. I think we are all set. We'll get your third place finisher on in first off. That is Blake Chapman. Blake, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
That was a fun race overall between you and the front field. Just those final, just walk us through your race and those final laps. And where was the best place to go around the track?
Well, I knew my car was going to be fast right in the middle there coming in, and I didn't know where everybody else was going to be running, but it was tight racing throughout the whole thing, and it was fun. I was trying to hold off a couple guys behind me and get around Goldner, and it was just a lot going through my head.
Definitely, absolutely, that's for sure. Who you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
Oh, Wide Open Motorsports, all the guys down there, BB7 Setups, parents, grandparents, everybody that watches and supports, and you for putting this on, Marty.
Thank you very much, Blake. Great run tonight, man. And it's Blake Chapman who comes home in the third position. Let's get him back into the room. There we go. And now we will bring in second place finisher, Brandon Schultz. Brandon, your car was on rails in those final laps. First off, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your car was on rails in those final laps. Just what was it that you think you needed in order to get by Moonen in that final set of corners?
Just a little more talent. Like I said, I haven't been racing as much as I probably should, but yeah, I don't know. When we hit the bottom the right way, we were good, but we just missed it a couple times at the end, and Moonen was fast all night long, and I think the top is, I don't know, the top around here can be really shady. It's either really good or it's, you know, that curb builds up so bad that it really kind of bottoms out the car no matter kind of what set you're running, so hats off to Moonen. He ran an awesome race tonight, and it was fun battling with all the guys from, you know, 3rd through 7th. We were all really tight, and, you know, I know it was some guys were a little bit faster than others, and it was just kind of hard to get by them guys right away, but it made for an awesome show.
Yeah, definitely. Who you want to thank tonight?
I just got to thank all the guys at Bandy Built Race Cars. Like I said, hats off to Moonen. It's always cool to do 1-2 for BBR. I got to thank ABR Setup Shop, Velocity for always making the car look great, Dirt Doctor Trucking, Fits Perfect Photography, Bioil.com. I got to thank Roger for the league and you for putting on the stream.
All right, nice run tonight, Brandon. Great job.
Thanks, buddy.
So Brandon Schultz takes home the runner-up spot, and now it is time to head to Cool Ray Victory Lane, and we're about to talk with an excited race winner in Kyle Moonen. Kyle, you got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
First off, I got to ask, Did you run out of fuel right when you were crossing the finish line?
I did. I ran across. I mean, like right when I went across the finish line, I knew I was gonna be running close, and it told me I had enough, but I knew I didn't. So I was trying to run the bottom there a little bit to save some, but then Brandon caught me, and I was like, I'd get that one last run up top, and was hoping, going to the bottom of 3 and 4 would be enough to get me across, and it was not very far, but
Yeah, absolutely. Take me through as well your pass in the final 10 laps on Kevin Fry. You were able to find something on the outside and take the lead from him.
yeah, it was just kind of chasing, Goldner there. We both were running the same line, and I was like, all right, I need to try something different here, and got around him, and the top kept working, so I was staying up there. And that last caution, I was kind of worried that Fry would get up there after that, make it, a little harder on me, but he stayed down there, and once I got up beside him, it was a little easier to hold him down.
Yeah, definitely. Next week we've got Kokomo. What's the expectations for that?
I'm not real sure, to be honest with you. I usually run decent there, but I hit the wall quite a bit while running decent, and I need to get my IL down a little bit, so I might just have to poke around on the bottom, stay out of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, tell me about the sponsors. Who else you want to thank tonight?
Just all the guys at Vanderbilt. Can't thank them enough. Always a ton of help. And Ross at Velocity Race Designs. Alex Bergeron at ABR Setups. He's been helping out a little bit. Brandon helps him a little bit in the Pro Series, so that works out pretty well. And just you guys for the broadcast, and everyone for the league.
Great run tonight, Kyle. Congratulations on the win.
Yep, appreciate it.
That's Kyle Moonen, who gets the job done here at Volusia Speedway Park. Let's show you the final results from the Renegades tonight. Moonen, Schultz, Chapman, Corinta, and Goldner, your top 5. That's a tough break for Kevin Fry, indeed, who led the most laps again and could not get the job done. But, hey, you got to give it up for him in his first starts in the summer season for Renegades. He put on a good performance, no question about it. Brian Moore Sr. was doing all right early on in the going, but fell all the way back to 12th position. Nice job from John Short recovering from a spin to finish in 13th as well. So good run from him too. And let's show you the rest of the field and how they look. Jesse Bandy and Tom Taylor failing to finish the race. So, next up for Monday Night Madness in the Outlaws, we go to Kokomo Speedway, a crazy bull ring, very tight track, and should be a lot of fun. Definitely looking forward to that one indeed. So that will do it for us. Don't forget to tune in next time on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Wednesday night at Lernerville for Hometown Heroes. Our friends at OSRN will have the call for that. Special thanks to all of our sponsors as always. iRacing League Manager, Mr. Plummer, the Pitside Podcast, Empire Super Sprints, Icon Sim Sports, the Super Dirt Car Series, Gambler Motorsports, the Can-Am Racing Team, SBGC 3D Printing, Malcolm Mills Mill Writing, A&J Custom Creations, and Cool Ray Heating and Air Conditioning. On behalf of everyone at Slide Job Racing Network, and on behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing League, from Roger Craig to Preston Cranmer, and everyone that gets the job done here, I'm Marty Sakala, signing things off for tonight. And it was a fun one here at Volusia Speedway Park. Kyle Moonen wins it in the Renegades. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. So long from Barberville, Florida, the virtual Volusia Speedway Park.